So I guess we're going to be live then. Welcome back to the Skill Builders Guild.
Harley Designs.
Week 21, episode 21 of this show.
Yes. That, yeah.
God.
Surprises me every time I increase the number.
I know. Yeah, it's like, wow, we've been doing this for a while. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back.
You check in and say hello from where you are from?
Hopefully people can hear both of us.
God, I hope so too. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's and this will be the first of the Monthly Mayhem companion videos. Since Monthly Mayhem started this morning, we posted both of our videos at 6 a.m. my time, whatever that makes it your time, and 5 a.m. my time.
5 a.m. your time,
whatever it is. Either way, it's before I'm awake.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, I opened your video, watch it, and Nicole is there going, do you think Matt woke up at 6 a.m. to watch your video? I said, well, it would be 9 a.m. his time, so no.
Yeah, I was definitely up. I was already up for many hours and had taken care of the dog and gotten myself my morning smoothie and coffee and baguette bagel because I'm fancy.
Yeah.
Josh is really choppy. What else is new?
Oh, that's Matt's internet.
Yeah, no, it's not my internet. Everything's totally fine. I don't know why. Like, I'm not getting any dropped frames. Everything's coming through nice and crisp and clear. It's probably just Josh's voice.
Right. It's just
the way, you know what?
The way I talk.
I'll turn on desktop audio again. Maybe that'll fix it. There.
We got everyone checking in. All the places. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Maryland, UK, Idaho, New York, Illinois.
I got Carson City, Nevada, Guam, Langley, BC, Washington State, Connecticut, Washington State, North Carolina.
I was just looking at one of the early comments here, and it's from Starbucks for Life. Fitting today. But anyway, it says, I just bought a TRX4 Sport. What upgrades do you recommend? I recommend a Traxxas VXL 8S. And
yes, me too. I would suggest you go with their hottest motor, the
540XL and Traxxas VXL 8S.
Yeah. Something in the 2400 kV range, I think, is going to be the real sweet spot for you. I would also consider deleting the portals and getting rid of the tires and wheel combo that's on there.
You should take that perfectly capable vehicle you have and ruin it.
Just ruin it. Yeah. Just ruin it. Let's talk a little bit about Monthly Mayhem, if you will. So, shocker. We're both doing pretty much exactly the same thing.
We're starting off the same way. We are both. The obvious thing to do is delete the portals. We're both going that. That's the big thing that we're both doing. The motor and ESC thing was predetermined, which was a great, just a great thing for both of us to keep. It's a pretty even playing field. It'll keep us moving in the same direction. But the portal delete, an obvious choice, an obvious move for both of us.
Yeah, you can't not do it.
I think that what we're going to find is that next week, I plan to have running footage next week.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
We didn't mention it. Neither of us mentioned it in our first week video, but next week we did have a voltage restriction in our schedule that we have between us. And so next week we are only allowing 3S voltage to be used.
Right. Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah. I did forget about that.
It's in the
3S only for this week.
For next week. So
yeah, first week, second week, 3S only, and then we move on from there.
And then from there, it's open game. So that's
yes.
But from there, things are going to start probably getting a little different between us. We'll see.
Yeah. Visually, I'm sure creatively things are going to get different. I know wheel and tire choice is definitely different.
Yes.
For sure.
We are both running belted.
Yes, and I do have one example of my tire here that I'm using. This is the Proline Avenger, and I got these strictly because I am a huge Marvel fan. So there's adamantium and whatever they're.
Nerd.
Yeah, Josh has never watched a Star Wars, so they do come with foams, which foams. These are what'd you call it, vented as well. But the big difference on a tire like this, I mean, aside from the fact that it is definitely a slick, kind of looks like an F1 rain tire. I mean, you need some siping, but that's probably just mostly for looks. Really nice soft compound. But the difference is that they're belted. So there's this mesh belt that's embedded in the actual tire.
What's the height of those?
I'm not telling. And one of the
I have the Google box in front of me.
I'll just tell you that. Fine. These are 4.16 inches high.
Okay. Can 4.16 inches to millimeters? It's got to be like 105 millimeters. Okay.
Yeah, they're not far off the stock tire actually, as you can see here. Not too far off.
Not terribly far, but okay. I think my tires are about 110. Now, I am also going with a belted tire. I'm going with the Proline Reaction. Now, the drag tire, probably not going to have as good a sidewall stability though. So
no, because that's the thing about a low profile tire is that you get a lot more stability out of it.
Yeah. That's
so not only are they belted, which the belting, and I'm not sure if you probably already know this, but the belt is going to help reduce the ballooning of the tire.
Yes.
And that's one thing to be very concerned about, especially with how close the two rear axles are on this G63. If you have any ballooning, those tires are going to get rubbing. And as we all know, rubbing is racing, but it's not a good idea when you're trying to go fast.
Yeah, that's going to be that's the concern there as well. I think that the reactions are going to do it for most of what I'm looking for, and I think the look is going to be good. But the one thing I didn't want to have to buy 17 millimeter adapters, but if I end up having issue, then I'll do it.
Okay, but let's for 1 second talk about what you did already buy, because you have no problem buying that. But you cheap out on 2 sets of 17 mil to 12 mil adapters.
Do you mean my portal deletes?
Your box o deletions?
Well, yeah. So it would take 2 portal deletes kit straight axles for the rear and 1 for the front. However, there is only 1 brand available of these, and being that I know the quality of their axle shafts at times, my trust level is very low. Therefore, I bought like 3 spares of each. So I'm gonna have
that's 4 sets.
Yeah,
if you're doing the math.
I'm going to wait. I have 3 sets of fronts and 4 of the rears. So I didn't buy as many for the front.
What's going to be amazing is if on like next week at 3S I break all of them.
Yeah. And I'm going to be going,
right, because you bought out all the rest of the stock and I won't be able to get them. I'll have to email Catan directly. Be like, hey, you got any extras?
Can you next day air me some parts from Japan so
I'm desperate for more deletions.
Yes, or yes, that is buy 17 millimeter adapter, 3D print them. 3D printing is never going to hold up. Like you can't use 3D printing in this type of high stress. Like
No,
That's not going to work.
that would be amazing if you did, though.
Oh,
They would, they would just melt.
yeah, it just it looked like the axles were 3D printing something, as the filament was just coming out in strands. Yeah, yeah. 3D printed adapt they're never gonna work there. Oh, and
Ronnie Terry.
Starbucks
Sorry,
for Life was saying, hello from T1. P.S. Starbucks for Life. That was not serious at all about my recommendations on what you should buy. Instead, you should go check out Matt and I's TRX4 budget build, where we go through there's 32 videos of exactly what Matt and I suggest you do to your TRX4 Sport. So,
yeah, those are real suggestions.
In case sarcasm was not, thrown on heavy enough to possibly understand, being that you are in a foreign country. Like,
it's too late. He already bought everything.
Yeah. VXL8S on the way.
This won't fit in that.
Yeah,
actually, it will. It will fit. It will fit just fine.
Exactly.
One other thing I wanted to mention real quick. It didn't trip you up at all because I ruined the joke, but when I first did all my speed tests, I did them in kilometers per hour. And I was like, huh, I'm pretty close to my predictions. Wow, that's pretty good. But no, I was pretty far off. So yeah, you can set that to be miles per hour or kilometers per hour. I will switch it over to miles per hour because we've been talking about miles per hour this whole time.
Yes.
And Josh recorded his screen while he did his tests, which was really smart. I will do that next time.
Technically, what I did actually is you can record the run in.
Yeah.
There, and then I just replayed
a video.
And then I just replayed that and screen recorded it. Because it won't let you just save it. It will let you save the CSV data, which, I'd say I'd use so that you don't cheat. But I know how to edit a spreadsheet as well. So
I've used Excel once or twice before. But yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely going to do that. It's really nice that all integrates and the software works. Yeah. Because I was a bit like, let's just make sure this actually works. But it's just as good as, or better, I think, because of the display and the ability to record than this guy, right? Because all you got was like a little tiny digital display. This is a much more interesting way of looking at it.
I think that before there might have been a bit of drama with trying to drive the car back and then go look at the GPS and see what it was. But I think that it will be equally interesting to watch that needle try and climb up that speedometer, which I think in the stock dashboard, it maxes out at 55.
You can change it.
I think if you change vehicles, it will change possibly. But if you
you can actually go in and set it up to be different.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to set it up so that it pegs that thing.
Oh, no, wait. No, you're right. It does. Yeah, it just shows 50. 50. Set warning level.
Warning. Danger to manifold. Danger to...
That's so good.
Yeah, 50 miles an hour.
I thought you could change it. Maybe you can't. 50 miles an hour. That's hilarious.
This is what we're discussing.
The Traxxas Link software.
And
the top speed thing is sort of the most important thing anyway.
It is, but I really do think seeing that needle climbing up.
That's
Let's see. Cody David donated $5 and with a question says, when will we get to see a video of both of you in person crawling? Well, I
don't know.
I don't know.
2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, I mean, technically, possibly November, but it's looking less and less likely.
Did you see they canceled SEMA today?
Whoa.
So, and the reason, oh wait, now it says I've lost that you've gone offline on mine.
I'm still here.
It's still showing on mine, still showing on my preview window up there. Hopefully you guys can maybe read. I'm only getting that comment from 2 people, so hopefully.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's still there for everyone else. I don't know. Reload your screen if you guys are having that problem. Anyway, the reason that I bring up that SEMA was canceled today is because that is also a Vegas event. which
around that time.
It is in the end of October, if I believe. So that is just prior to when Scale Nationals would be. So I sent a message to Jason at, help organize Scale Nationals. He's like, at this point, we're moving forward. So
okay, I mean, we'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
That's about all we can do.
I'm cautiously optimistic just for my own mental.
Oh yeah, for our mental health, it would be really nice to have something to look forward to
things.
Yeah.
SEMA is
otherwise
mainly indoors though, and true. So mainly indoors and huge.
Yeah.
Also, very true. Our event is outside. Technically, you would be totally able to socially distance yourself from others. So,
and briefly, I mean, I don't, your people are allowed to do whatever they want. I've seen a lot of events that are still going on. And if you are one of those people that is going to go to something that is happening, just do your best to stay away from other people.
Exactly.
For your own protection.
So,
it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's just gotta. And I did see that ECSC, the East Coast Scale Challenge, that was canceled a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. I think
When is that event supposed to happen? Was that an August event?
End of August. Yeah,
end of August.
27th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. 27, 28, 29 usually.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
I don't know why some of you are having problems with Matt's feed. If you have it, just reload your stream. It should pop back.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Refresh your browser. It should be fine. I mean,
yeah, everyone else is still fine.
Totally
so
solid.
We should be good there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the situation. That's why Matt and I we've got monthly.
We do all these things.
We got Monthly Mayhem going.
Yep.
And
we'll probably do another build off at some point as well.
Well, a couple different ones we're even thinking about. We've got a budget build off idea, and then another one that we're lining up.
And that one will be very cool.
Matt and I are both very excited about. It's got more moving pieces than we've ever tried to organize before. So we're
and a couple of different vendors as well. But half of them are I would say they're both really excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. But we just have to get some approvals on some of it before we can move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually, to be honest with you guys, we actually write things down and send them to people.
Yeah, we write
proposals.
Like Matt and I, it takes several days when I word vomit my initial draft down, and then Matt goes in and tries to, And
I just, write Josh smells, and
he hides it in tiny text.
Make it white text on white background.
So, and Oh, Gene Masters says CES is going online next year.
Yes. Yeah. So, and same thing with like Comic-Con and stuff too.
I've seen a lot of those,
virtual
game festivals and things like that, doing the big virtual online.
Yeah.
Which it's like an obvious in some ways. I mean, you and I probably shouldn't try and downplay the ability for, not seeing something in person to like you can't tell how good something is without seeing it in your hand. P.S. Watch my videos that I put out 5 days a week.
Yeah. There's something about the tangibility of this hobby.
Exactly. But, it is interesting. One of the shows that I go to every year is called NRSA, which is the National Retail Hobby Store Association, also held in Vegas, and it was canceled last week, so won't be going to that.
Yeah, I miss Vegas. That's one of my favorite places to go. I really enjoy it there. So to not go, like we've gone every year for the last decade.
Really?
Yeah. So to not be there is pretty weird. Because we usually go for Labor Day weekend, last weekend in August. So won't be going this year. Anyway.
Yeah.
One more thing on Mayhem. We're gonna have to figure out how to get the lights working again, because this new ESC doesn't have an output for lights.
Yes, I mean that's a pretty easy task for a multimeter and a resistor or two to get knocked out. But
all right, well, you can share all that stuff with me later.
Shh. You thought? No.
It's not going to make the car any faster.
I know.
One thing I am doing as well, and I meant to show this off in the video, but this thing didn't arrive quite in time. Sorry, I gotta try to get this out here without knocking everything over. It's big.
What in the world are you dragging? Oh, the whole vehicle. Okay.
So that thing on the front there, everyone was like, hey, you cut out the Mercedes-Benz logo. And originally I did that for a camera for a Raspberry Pi, because that was going to be the sensor for the self-driving mode. So it would actually like record data out of this hole right here. But now I'm just going to stick this guy in there.
Did you get the run
cam? Now we get, yeah, I did. Look at this little guy.
Nice.
Tiny little action camera. It's about the same size as the GoPro Session, which they don't make anymore, which is unfortunate because FPV people love this style of camera.
Right.
Because they're small and light and good quality. Anyway, that's going to fit right in underneath there. And it's a perfect match. So we'll get a nice kind of FPV view of these speed runs.
Yes. I also have that run cam.
Oh.
I have the one that they did before GoPro sued them. So,
oh, right.
Because it was exactly the same as the Session.
Yeah.
Like form factor wise, the camera itself.
No different. Camera, not the same.
But
this is not so much of a cube as more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides octagon.
No,
it's a squared octagon, isn't it?
Okay.
It's got. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. How's the quality? No idea. Probably not great, but
I think
it's not really going to be the main camera.
I used mine exactly once. And I put it on my FPV quadcopter. Okay. Got it all. And I fired it up and took off, and I put my goggles down on my fat shirt. And obviously the FPV view is through the other camera, not through that. But I just powered up and then it was right when I was beginning to learn how to fly FPV. And if you've ever flown so I was going between, there's like multiple modes, like horizon mode, which is basically like beginner stuff. So it like auto levels for you. So if you do something, let go, it'll just go back. And that's how I took off, just to I'd take off and get comfortable. And then I would put it into acro mode on my controller, which is full control. If you turn left, it's just going to stay trying to go left, whether it's falling out of the sky or not.
Right.
However, being that I was new, switch on this side does one thing, switch on this side does one thing. I happened to put the kill switch on one side and the acro mode. Anyway, I powered up to 100 feet or whatever, and then I went to go throw it in acro mode, and everything just goes, it just stops. Just all the way out of the sky, and I'm watching my goggles the whole time. And it hit, and the camera just goes and rolls across the ground. I'm like, ooh.
It really was a run cam.
Yeah. It still worked. Still works. Still works. Finished printing my front and rear bumpers in PETG and finished full fender kit for this Enduro in PLA Plus. Also got Creality Tent and eSun. Creality Tent, I don't know what that means. An eSun filament dryer. Oh. So I've never done any of the filament drying. Have you ever tried that? I just leave it in a cupboard and just leave it in with a bunch of those silicone packets. Descent packs, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm less disciplined about my humidity control. Granted, I live in a much drier place.
Right.
But still, it's a good idea. and a lot of filaments really do soak up a lot more moisture, especially like TPUs and things like that. But it's a good idea. I do like printing in PETG though. That's always one that I enjoy.
Yeah, I've had limited success with it. I don't know why. I just think it's all about getting their temps set properly and that stuff.
It definitely is a lot hotter print.
Yeah. I don't like running my printer that super high heat either.
Get you a little nervous?
A little bit. Fred, Axial's never done an event in Michigan, unfortunately for you. I presume you're from Michigan. Otherwise, what an odd question to ask.
Right.
But no, they tend to stay pretty West Coast, and they really only do Axial Fest. They did Badlands this year, and they didn't do the West Coast one at all. But I don't think they've done in many, many, many years anything other than Axial Fest. That is a big event to put on and requires a lot of effort on the part of dozens of people to get it to the state that it's at nowadays.
And a lot of money,
Yeah, it's not cheap, especially when the Cisco Grove days. Those are expensive events.
Yeah, when you have that many people, especially in California, there's some big requirements for the amount of insurance and medical staff you have to have on point, and security. Like by state law, you have to pay for these things because of the number of people, and it's expensive. And I'm not sure how much of that had to be done or was done prior to Badlands for the turnout this year, which was obviously stifled by the current the pandemic. But so you almost wonder, like, are they going to say, okay, last year was you have to almost throw it out as an example, like, are we going to be able to throw an event in 2021 and have it be successful? Because with the amount of money it takes to put on a big event, if depending on how many people they were expecting, they could have really lost a lot of money with only having a couple hundred people show up.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I heard numbers weren't that low. I think they had like in the neighborhood of 450.
I had heard like
for
250, 300 people, but maybe that was registered people.
Yeah, maybe pre-registered. Yeah,
right. So it's hard to say, but yeah, I mean, so will they? Hopefully they do.
I'm sure that it'll be back. I'm not, in fact, with Cisco Grove posting that photo on their Instagram, kind of makes you go, I bet you they put some real money into that place.
So finally. I've been up to Cisco a couple of times this year.
Does it look any different?
They've definitely put a bunch of money in. There's new electrical hookups to like almost all the spots in the back area where we tipped the vendor area and all that was. So
that's good.
A lot of money in that, obviously. I believe that they've done a lot of like sewer upgrades. I think that was a big thing. And then in the, right when you used to pull into Cisco Grove, you could take that kind of like first right, like the first right into the camping area, which was like, maybe it was A section, or maybe I'm making that up.
Yep.
But in that area, they've put in a bunch of like tiny houses.
Oh, cool.
So, and I'm not 100% sure if like what the situation with those is, if they are like leased to people or if they are for rentals. So,
yeah. Well, I know where I'll be staying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll be in Tony's luxury motorhome, but
yes, and I'll be in Badger's tent in front of his trailer.
Traveling with Tony's like the best, though. He's the most prepared person I've ever met in my life.
Oh my gosh, tri-tip burrito?
Yeah, like oh, this morning we're just gonna do like a quick burrito with some brisket I smoked for the last 14 hours, and little things like that. But
and he has had everything I've ever needed.
Yeah.
Of any description.
We are an hour and 45 minutes from where we live. He still brings a 20-foot enclosed trailer with just in case we need anything else. Like,
it's pretty great.
Yes.
Yeah, he travels well.
It's pretty awesome. But I do like the camping at Cisco Grove, and the whole reason I like going to events is hanging out with people. But I really liked how they did the vendor row at Donner. So I'm like,
yeah, maybe there's like a little bit of rejigging they can do in that regard for next year.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the only thing. Yeah. But no matter what, I just think of these events that hopefully we're going to get back to.
Exactly. Ron, thank you. I'm pretty happy with how the light looks in this room now too. I restained all of the wood, and it's a much cleaner look, I think. The wood was nice, but this just kind of makes it a bit cleaner in my mind. Less hipster. Like, I don't have any Edison bulbs or anything, but
it's only slightly less hipster. Like the wood wall was like 1% of what makes that hipster.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Any other does anyone have any questions on Mayhem? If in my chat or in Josh's, because that's we talked a little bit about it already.
What do you think is going to be the first part you destroy? What do you think you're breaking first?
Servo. I think I'm breaking servo first.
Gotcha. So you're not planning on replacing that before you drive it again? Anyway.
Like what? You mean like replacing the servo before next week?
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I'm not sure that falls within the rules, because they did want us to use their electronics.
Huh. I will get out my red electrical tape. I will laser. I have access to all of the lasers. I will laser etch the side of a servo.
The Traxxas logo on there.
I will do it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
What do I have handy?
I will put, if I have to, I'll put a Reefs 777 in there probably.
I will laser Traxxas right over the top of this NSDRC RS800. You were just gonna go with 700 ounce inches? Oh, that's cute.
Oh God,
that's cute. I was gonna go with.
You need any more?
I was gonna go with this, 14 volt direct powered 800, 900 ounce inch thing. But
wait, I could do that too.
700 is probably okay.
I got a 14 volt power hobby here. That could be good. 900 ounce inches. It's a lot of torque.
You gonna make me get my Futaba? You gonna make me do it?
No, because I don't. I don't care about your crummy Futaba servos. Yeah. Servo is probably going to be on the list of things that will probably just literally blow up when I turn it on.
Yeah.
The stock servos in these are not good, and I don't think Traxxas would get mad at us for saying that, because that's the absolute truth.
I mean,
it really is.
Servos definitely. I feel like the other thing that I didn't discuss, but I'm definitely going to do, is I'm definitely putting a gyro in this.
What?
So, yeah.
That is really uncalled for. We didn't put it in the rules, but we definitely should have. That's BS.
I'm going to use the same gyro that I used in the drag bolt. So,
did I approve that last time?
You didn't not approve it.
Son of a bitch. No, I know that I don't think a gyro is going to do any good. My friend Dave is telling me that right now, and I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's a waste of your time.
You get a fast enough servo. I'm using the Futaba GFY 430 or GY 430. Either way, one of those things. In the drag bolt, so it's adjustable on an auxiliary channel. So in the drag bolt, I could turn it off or dial it up or whatever. It was noticeable. And
so bored.
I ended up just leaving it cranked. So.
Yeah. You're going to lose 3 miles per hour. I'm giving you a penalty. It's a penalty.
I'm not conceding the style points yet either.
No, I know you're not. But I've got great ideas for style. I think this thing is going to look a treat when it's done. Yeah. I am very excited.
Oh, I'm planning on real carbon fiber. So I've been doing some. I haven't posted anything yet, but I've been testing my carbon fiber method, not with the vacuum setup, with the other setup it's a, I don't know, a more rudimentary setup.
You could use real carbon fiber, or you could just paint it to look like carbon fiber.
Oh, I'm talking about the extra. Yeah, you're gonna get your drawer liner out and do
it. Yeah. Somebody here said something about. Oh, Colton said put a Sidewinder 8th combo. We're actually way beyond that already. We're using the ESC from the Traxxas X Max, which Josh has right there. It's huge.
It is enormous.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And a 2400 kV motor from the Max. So it's big.
Did you notice it has like a straight up car fuse in it?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not that I need a high torque servo because there's not going to be a ton of steering. I just want to have something that's going to last when inevitably I flip it and it lands on its front wheels and wants to completely round out all those gears.
And I'm not. I think that the stock servo is too slow more than not powerful enough. And at that point, I don't really have any servos that aren't at least 800 ounce inches, so I don't know what else to do. But
yeah, we'll see about a gyro. I don't know. I'm not totally necessarily thinking I'm even going to need it. They're not these, like, it's not a super long run.
No,
right?
No. I mean, at the same time, they're not the shortest runs because so you thought the servo was going to be the first thing to break. Now that is not, I don't picture myself breaking a servo because I plan on replacing it before I get that opportunity. What I think is going to be the first thing to break is a drive shaft.
Oh. Okay. I mean, Traxxas makes their stuff pretty tough.
I have melted Traxxas drive shafts already, though. I mean, it was in the mud truck, which had.
So
it was
doesn't really count.
Yeah, no, but still, it's. I still feel like that's, So I have major concerns for drive shafts. That is.
All right.
And the other thing that I have a concern about is the length of the drive shaft between the front rear and rear axle.
Yeah, I mean the most rearward of the two shafts is quite short.
It is short, so that means that there's only so much engagement there, and you can only transmit so much power through that.
It's all going to be about just getting a nice smooth rollout at the beginning, I think.
Which is exactly true, but that goes to my point of it not being a short run. It's like they end up getting extended.
It's not a short run, but I think if you plan for at least 100 yards, you're going to get up to some pretty decent speed by the end of that first football field.
Yeah, and
right.
I have never. I mean, I've used a stock Traxxas radio before. I just don't remember when.
I hope it's got the range.
That's what I don't know. Like,
Just have to be like holding it up like this.
or chinning it. Does anybody know that one? Like when you chin like your car remote. Have you ever used that? Or is that just me? Like,
I think it might just be you. You actually put the remote on your chin to use
not
yourself.
one of these, but like a
yeah, like a clicker. Yeah.
Yeah. If you put it to your chin, you're supposed to extend the range of it. Try it next time. Go use your clicker, go out of range of it. And then as soon as you get out of range, it won't work. Put it to your chin. It'll work.
Right. Yeah. Dave, who I have a lot of respect for, he does a lot of speed runs close to where I am. He takes 1.5 kilometers to get up to 250 kilometers per hour.
I'm doing a lot of conversion in my.
I know you have to do a lot of conversions, but 1.5 kilometers is like, it's like 1.3 kilometers in a mile, right? Is that right? 2.6.
I'd have to. I don't remember miles to kilometer. I know the rest of them, but that one I'm poor at. So yeah, that's
a lot of distance to get up to that speed, but we're not going to get anywhere close to that. So,
Moose Jaw is asking, wheelie bars needed? Question mark. I don't think so.
Doubtful.
I think with the length and mass of it, it's. I don't think that we could put this car on its rear wheels. Nor do I think that if we did, it would maintain that long enough without exploding a rear drive shaft or center drive shaft.
No.
Rear shaft or front rear shaft.
What I'd prefer is like training wheels on the sides. So it doesn't like start to do this.
I think why can't I? Jeremy Clarkson did that with something. Oh, it was the Reliant Robin.
Yeah, kept the arms way out to 1.6 kilometers to a mile. Thanks, guys. So there you go. He's like, it's basically taking him a mile to get up to, now somebody do the math on 250 kilometers into miles.
Yeah.
That's like 180. Open the calculator.
kph to MP. That is 155 miles per.
Yeah. So he's getting up there.
Yeah, that's speedy. And what brand 6x6 does he use to get to that speed?
He's using the one that you can get on Banggood, I think.
Yeah, right. PG 1321926.
Yeah. Somebody was asking about, or we should do a portal delete. We both are doing a portal delete.
We both have all of those parts. We've got
SSD
has a stack of overdrive gears here.
Yep. Okay, here's a question for you. And I guess this is weird because we're actually talking a lot about things that we used to keep secret.
Right.
But are you going to do the overdrive before you do everything else? Or are you going to do that at a stage later? You're just going all out, aren't you?
All or nothing. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no sandbagging anymore. It's put all the parts in.
I want to demoralize you at the start and then just keep you there.
Like, yeah, but it doesn't work because I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the same things.
And that's going to be that's why you're going to just be so hurt. You should just be like, I did all of the same thing. I don't understand. I'm doing all of these things.
I did all the things he did. I thought it was so funny because I thought at the beginning of this that, man, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff Josh is never going to do, and he's doing all the same things. Because you know what it is? I'm thinking like you now.
Right. Yeah, it's that whole work smarter thing, right? That's where you're finally catching up.
Yeah, I could do that thing, but just better.
Yeah, exactly. T-shirt in the
That's a funny
T-shirt
shirt,
in the chat.
by the way.
Yeah.
That one. Is that something that Nicole said?
No, it was on a live stream with Nicole though, and she was reading the comments, and somebody came in and was like, I was building a VS410. They're like, do you think you could like build that truck, but better? Like, it's like one of those things like, huh, all right. Like, and then people just started going off in the chat like, yeah, could you do that better? But what he actually meant is like, do you think that you could build, like, make a VS410 even better, like as a product?
Oh, I see. Interesting.
You know.
And the answer is no. It's probably pretty good.
Right.
Reggie, you're correct. We're not doing everything exactly the same because I'm not considering using a gyro.
Right. You know, and that's only the start of where, you know, these things are going to start. I've got other plans that, I mean, okay. I could even tell you them, but it's,
well, if they involve carbon fiber, a router, or aluminum machining, you're right. I probably won't be doing any of those.
None of those. But not 3D printing either. We got even more ideas.
What are you up to?
I've got ideas of so many of my concerns that I'm trying to just. We'll see.
I need to drive it first before I decide what my concerns are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to needlessly do things.
I mean, I think that my Instagram story today was very appropriate, and it was just the scene from Talladega Nights when, you know, pulls him in the pit. You know, like, seems like you always win or break the car trying to win. You know, he's like, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I wake up every morning and I piss excellence.
So you're
not first, you're last.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah. Colton says you're going to be whittling things out of wood. Whittling.
His teeth were made of wool.
Or are you going to go ducted fan again this time?
No ducted fan. No additional propulsion.
Was that a rule? I don't remember seeing that in the rule book.
I don't think that it was a rule. And if I didn't live in the matchbox of the United States, I would possibly consider, you know, rockets or something like that. But this,
right? Yeah, your area is not conducive to fireworks.
I always wanted to make a viral video, but
yeah, don't really want to.
I don't want it to be on ABC 7.
Yeah, with choppers.
Yeah.
Local idiot burns down village.
I have thought about, like, you know what, this event these challenge, I might just go ahead and bring a fire extinguisher along. You never know.
I've always got one in my truck.
Right. Like, I might try and keep it closer to me.
Oh, before I forget, this is not related to anything we're talking about, but someone I know very, very well, who is a bit of a Toyota nut, might be getting rid of his Toyota.
I'm trying
to get a Gladiator.
Well, I'm trying to think of who that is, because
it's not you.
The only Toyota nut that I know that you know just got rid of 2 Toyotas to get a new Toyota.
Yeah.
And he's thinking of now.
He's thinking about it.
Every day I like that guy more and more. I just
I don't think he's watching right now.
Right.
But man, I was like, really? I mean, I totally support this, but really?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Oh, Samantha Miller has a question. Her daughter, Sydney, is curious about how many RCs we have. She's looking at the shelves behind me. I think we counted last week. In this room alone, I think I had, 38?
You get 37, yeah, 37 or 38.
36 or 38, yeah. Too many to show you all on one show. But have your daughter watch my shop tour on the channel, and she can see all of these, or most of these trucks or some of them anyway, in that video.
Yeah. I think I had 32 in here. Since then, I have removed some because...
Got to make room for more.
Because I counted and I was like, that's too many. So I just took some to the office. I didn't get rid of it.
Perfect. No.
I just took them to the office. Like, yeah, there we go.
See, I can't leave mine at the office. So I actually do routinely get rid of them. I sell them off every once in a while. But I just finished doing that. I got rid of some and traded for a new one, and then another one showed up yesterday. So, yeah.
My
Good
thought
times.
right now is that I'm like, you got me thinking. I'm like, kind of thinking I'm looking at that fuchsia, and
I know.
I don't know.
I know.
We'll see.
I've
new dual
ended up
color
getting mine
printer.
working again. So
This new dual color printer I like, and the size is smaller though. But that fuchsia is just like buying the.
that's a Cadillac.
I know.
It's the Cadillac of automobiles.
Right. So we'll see. What was the last RC that you sold, Matt? Was it the Taco Bell Grande?
Yes, Taco Bell Grande was the last one I sold, to make room in my PayPal account. I don't know. I didn't really have a reason to sell it. I think it's just get it cleared out while somebody wanted it.
Yeah.
There was something. What was the other bigger one? Oh, the C2X. Yeah, that was the other thing that made its way out the door. Yeah, no problem, Samantha. I hope she enjoys that video. And there's a couple other shop tours on there of other people's houses, so you can
that's right.
have a look at those too if she's keen on seeing other people's trucks. Reggie, based on the prior drag bolt, the amount of gear problems and factoring in brushless on 8S, I've got a gut feeling how some things are going to go. You're not wrong, Reggie. I think the gears are definitely going to be one of the areas in which things break. That's assuming I do dumb things like what I did with the drag bolt was I would accelerate as fast as I possibly could over a distance, and then I'd run out of space and just throw it into full reverse.
Oh, wow.
There were a few times where I had to do that in order to avoid completely obliterating the car.
So I had mine set up with brake. So I had the chance to use the brakes, but I had to brake hard one time when we were testing on the road in front of Tony's place, so that I didn't end up in a fence or like a pretty nasty, gnarly fence. And it made just the most awful clicking sound. And I had that center differential, so it was just all bad. And I still remember it. I was just like, oh, that's bad. But
mine made a lot of crunching noises over the times.
yeah, I'm fairly confident that the gears in the TRX4 or 6, whatever, are going to hold, especially with these machine gears.
Once I get the machine gears in, I think that'll make a vast improvement. And there's a lot of stuff that's going to have to be cannibalized out of my other TRX4 budget build, because that's where I'm not going to buy another overdrive gear set. I've already got one in that truck, so I'll just pull it out of that for now.
Yeah.
I might actually use these wheel weights too that they sent, just to keep that nose down a little bit more.
How are you going to do that if you portal delete?
I'm just going to tape them on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Saying here, there are a few videos from XOK where he reviewed a TRX6 on 6S, seemed to take it very well. I've seen some people, but they're using smaller motors on 6S and not at nearly the RPMs that we're looking at. Like, there's a huge difference between these things that have been attempted. Like, huge difference.
Yeah.
So
it's like when somebody says, well, Kevin Talbot put a 6S system in his and it's running just fine. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same thing at all.
Right. You're looking at some very different vehicles, and I think in the end, some different power levels.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Some guys are reporting an error code when they're watching. Just refresh your browser. It seems to fix everything.
Yeah.
I think YouTube's having some issues. I don't think they've implemented anything different lately. So.
But I haven't had any drop frames on.
No, neither have I.
Processed. It gives us a little analytics readout of everything. So.
Yeah, I'm getting perfectly good playback.
Yeah.
My views are quite low today, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's just a part of the, part of the voting for the whole challenge and where people are putting their faith. Really.
Yeah. Some reason people just like your ugly face more than mine tonight. That's fine.
I'm actually very excited. I think I'm actually going to work on the truck after this stream. Well, no, I'm not. We got that other thing to do that you have to do too.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
I'm not going to work. Never mind.
It's going to be a late night.
Mine's almost done. So.
I haven't even started mine.
I know.
But that's, to be fair, I didn't get it until yesterday. You had a whole weekend with it.
I did. So. Yeah. Tomorrow, another new video. Not at my normal time, but it'll be 8 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Central. There you go.
Yeah, ish. Mine will probably be very quick tomorrow.
Mine is too long already.
Like how long? 20 minutes?
I think that currently I'm sitting around 15 or 16 minutes.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Not too bad.
Weird. Yeah, it's like I'm cursed by YouTube. It's like people are saying there's trouble connecting and staying connected to my feed.
Oh God.
I don't know what to tell you guys. There's absolutely no reason on my end that anything should be happening. No dropped frames. Perfectly solid stream, 60 frames per second.
I wonder if those people don't have their passport for the international feed.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Make sure you update your digital passport so that you can get international feeds.
Yeah.
Just Google.
Yeah. Imagine that was the thing. That was be funny. Sorry, if you're not from Canada, you can't watch this channel. So sorry, but go enjoy some other videos.
But yeah, we have a lot to do. So much.
I know.
Much excite.
There's much excite. Very great. If anyone needs a 3S XL5, I've got one.
See, for me, I've been building so many of these random kits lately that are just like, I need an ESC for that. I need an ESC for that.
I've actually got a bag of ESCs for someone. I've tried selling this, but nobody wants to buy it for whatever reason.
Dude, I have such good luck selling that. You got an old school Mamba Max Pro in there?
Yeah, there's a Mamba Max in there. There's an Axial 85. We got a Tamiya brushless.
I see a Dynamite motor, an Axial motor.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's a Leopard Hobby censored, what is that, 2900 kV. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. Just add that to the pile. Plop.
That's a bag of opportunity right there.
That could be somebody's dream gift.
Yes, agreed. Speaking of kits and building things like that, Moose Jaw currently has my, what is that? Fat Fox, Buggy Raw Fat Fox.
Oh, the Buggy Raw, yeah.
He's doing the painting for me.
Well, of course he is. That's nice of him. I saw him tag you in an Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Dad's helping Josh with his painting.
I went and dropped it off on Saturday for him. Thanks, Joe.
I love you, Dad.
So yeah, I got that one to get done. I tell you what, my 5th scale motorcycle has been getting pushed back and back and back on when it's going to get delivered. It's not supposed to ship now until like August 16th.
Oh, wow.
So that's highly annoying. Same with my F1 car, taking forever.
Huh.
But so that's definitely delaying slightly in my.
Oh, that's too bad.
plans
I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway tonight. I'm going to do a giveaway right now.
Psh.
I'm going to pick somebody out of the stream who's going to make a comment, or you have to like the video first of all. And anybody who's watching on Josh's stream,
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to come on over.
I'm just gonna watch these concurrent viewer numbers. Just
I'm bribing you, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Come over. Come on over.
Not sure if I want to play this game or not.
You don't.
Don't.
Because I mean, you could, but
Right.
don't. I'm going to give away, because Proline sent me a box of stuff, including these tires and pre-mounted. They even glued them for me.
That I'm kind of jealous of. I'm gonna bribe Dan or Tony into gluing my drag tires and which my drag tires, for one, right now they're hard to find. So I back ordered 4 sets from A-Main last week. And then in the meantime, I've got the full 6 tires that I needed from Dan from his drag racing. They've been used, but
So you're not even using fresh tires.
I am not using fresh tires.
Although that'll probably help. You get a few laps on them, they scrub a little bit, and then you get more grip.
Yeah. So that's but I am hoping, in the end, I think that I'm hoping that I can get some Hoosiers, the non-belted tires, because I'm thinking that they're with the slightly smaller size than the stock tires, and I think that they will grow, but I think that I can either do a little bit of taping or possibly some bands inside, and I think that they won't grow to the point where they touch maybe, and I'll get the extra rollout from the size. We'll see. This all comes into play, and this, you see, this is where
good.
Plus,
this is really good.
They look.
Yeah, I mean, they look cool, but I don't know, man. I don't think that's the right tire for this challenge.
I mean, we're trying to go straight fast. We're not, which
Yeah.
drag, it's right in their wheelhouse.
I guess so.
It's got the 3.0 on the inside, so it doesn't have a lot of sidewall all over the place deflecting.
Yeah, that sounds even worse, in my opinion. I think you just want a nice flat wheel. Anyway, that's where we can be different for once.
Yes.
I'm giving away, if we get to 100 concurrent viewers, I'm only 8 away, or 9 away right now.
So 613 says no. I already have reaction. I already have the belted reaction tires. I am just saying that I would also like to have the Hoosiers to test. I currently already have belted reaction tires to run.
Okay, good.
So this is just extra that I'd like to have to test.
Right. Oh, 97. We're getting 99.
We're all just waiting to see what you're going to give away. Like we can't all see this trash can sized object that you're holding here.
Oh yeah. Wait, you guys can see it on Josh's stream. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I'm going to give away a Proline rock band. Cuz they sent 2. And they're like, "We mistakenly sent you 2." So I'm going to give away one of them. Not painted. You're going to have to do that yourself. But fresh in the bag, never used. 70s rock band, clear body for 12.3-inch wheelbase scale crawlers. You can put your weed in there. Because anybody who drives a van Probably smokes the reefer.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun looking body. So I'm gonna give it away to somebody. I'll go through the chat afterwards and pick someone out and figure out how to get them to message me. I've done that before. So actually, on next week's stream, I'll announce the winner of this giveaway and to send that out.
There you go. Make sure and go like both streams and
like the video.
Leave a comment in Matt's.
Yeah, leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below. The comment section.
Now, are you saying on the live video or during your live replay?
No. On the live video is fine. But if it's in the comments as well, that couldn't hurt.
One thing that I've noticed is if you make any edit to one of the live videos,
yep,
whether it's a simple change of the title or anything at all, it wipes out the live chat replay.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
I will not do that then.
Yes. Don't
no
do
editing
that.
here.
It's like,
yeah.
Because last Friday I had forgot to update the title during the second part stream of the Red Cat.
Right.
And so I just edited it afterwards, but I went back to see because there was some hilarious discussion in the end about the amount of STDs that happen to go around nursing homes. Fridays get a little wild around here, I'm just saying.
Oh man, yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to go back and see some of the comments since I was busy building the kit, and I was like, it's gone. I was so. Hey, Roger Evans donation. Hey, I appreciate that, Roger. It's awesome. Oh. Many thanks. What's up?
Very cool.
Yeah, but yeah, so be careful. Don't edit it afterwards to announce a winner or anything like that, because you won't be able to see the live chat replay anymore.
No, I won't do that. I'm just gonna make a note of who I've chosen.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Email them. Oh, my list of things that I haven't done. Oof.
Get your feather quill out.
I'm using a pencil today.
That's just as close.
Feather quill.
Neanderthal.
You're such a
nobody uses.
ding dong.
God, I can't stand. I can't use pencils. Hate pencils.
Why not?
They're too scratchy. I'm very, very picky on pens.
I'm picky on pens, but pencils I'll use pretty much anything.
No, they're so scratchy.
I like a good hard lead. I'm like a H2 kind of guy.
Probably use that 0.5. So dainty with it.
LSOgen or Isogen sent me $2 to rig the giveaway in my favor. I like how you think. That's good.
I always like Isogen.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Monthly Mayhem is awesome. Thanks, Teton 30,000. I appreciate that. I also enjoy Monthly Mayhem.
There are a few things I enjoy as much as Monthly Mayhem. Like, I love all of the RC cars we get to do, but Monthly Mayhem's like, hey, you want to do something stupid? Like, yup.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Pencils are
sometimes.
Tim's here. Pencils are for people that make mistakes. See, when I was in engineering school, you were not allowed to use pencil.
Oh boy!
If you scratch anything out, you have to scratch it out and then initial it. Or like when I took my geometric control systems class, also known as Intro to How to Be a Surveyor. You have your book, and when you're writing down your elevations and everything, you cannot use a pencil because it is a legal document. Everything has to be in pen, no scratching anything out, unless you cross out. But yeah,
the bribes are coming in hard and fast here. Gene Master $75 to rig the comp in his favor. John Derrigan sent me $1. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Much appreciated. I like using a pencil because I feel very much like an old man when I use one. And, pencils are nice. I like a pencil.
Pen's where it's at.
Shut up.
Blue G2 is like, you want a cheap pen? It's going to be good. Blue G2. There you go.
Can't believe now. Welcome to Pen Talk, where one moron talks about his preference in pens.
This week on Pen Pals, we discuss
the merits of India ink.
I don't have my backpack in here, but anyway, I'm just saying. But yeah, Mayhem this time is going to be great. But then I'm also really looking to. I know we can't. It sucks to not be able to discuss our two current proposal or build off plans, but it should be a fun rest of the year to help us stay entertained.
So, yeah, it'll definitely be entertaining. Monthly Mayhem is always entertaining. I'm actually finding that this Monthly Mayhem is probably our most popular one in terms of first day views, at least on video one.
I think so as well. I mean, people know about what it is now.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they're either going to be interested or continue to not be interested.
And Digital Mike just sent me $5 for a van down by the river. Thank you very much, Mike. The van down by the river.
The pandemonium. The pandemonium.
Oh, that's great. One of the things that I thought was hilarious. People do know about Monthly Mayhem, but a lot of people do not know about Monthly Mayhem. Because a lot of the comments today, I was like, check out these wheels and tires. They're going on the AMG G63. And people are like, why are you putting drag tires on a 6x6? That's going to crawl terribly now.
Right. Like
I was like,
huh. Well, yeah, okay, fine.
You are correct. It will crawl terribly.
Things are going to start getting real confusing for people next week when we start posting pictures of our. They're going to be like,
slammed 6x6s.
I think it's going to be. I'm wondering if we are going to have the record for the most miles on a TRX 6x6 without ever going off road. Well, did you already drive yours off road?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Mine has only touched pavement, and I plan to keep it that way until the end.
Yep.
I mean,
it's not. Well, maybe for a LARF after the challenge is over.
Is that like when
I'll
people
take it off road?
Is that like when they pretend to be medieval? Oh, it's LARPing.
Is that LARPing?
Is it LARPing?
I don't know what LARPing is.
What is it? It's like when people.
Be quiet for a minute. Gene Master 74 sent me another $7 Australian. Still rigging the comp. Take my money. Thank you very much, Gene. Much appreciated.
Live action role playing. That's what it is. LARPing.
LARPing. Live action role playing.
Remember what was it's the movie with the guy from American Pie. He was Stifler, and then
right.
Not. They drive the Minotaur truck. And they.
All I can think of is Your Highness. Have you ever seen that movie? It's like so. It's medieval times, but it's like I
saw the one with Martin Lawrence.
A weed themed movie.
Oh, I do not remember that one. Role models.
It's,
yes.
Role models. Yep.
Yes.
James Barrett, to answer your question, how long have I been into RC? Well, I got my first one when I was like 6, and then I got into it again when I was 13, and then I got serious about it in my late 20s. Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. when I had money and no time. When I was a kid, I had lots of time and no money.
Yeah, that's exactly. Hey, Roger Evans, another donation. I totally appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's really nice.
No question, anything like that. Just a donation.
Here's some money.
Thank you for the sentiment.
Oh, wow. Boy, as soon as you announce a giveaway.
Yeah.
I don't even like Vans.
I don't even like Vans. Yeah, that's nice. But I think more than anything, we're going to have a fantastic rest of the year with good content.
Yes.
I'm going to really try. So I've got the long wheelbase Unimog up there that's ready to be painted now. It's
great.
Other than good. I got to send it off to be painted.
You send it to Joe. No, actually, that's going to Suits, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I don't know if it needs a full crazy Suits level paint job, which is also, like I really like my Suits body on my Pro, which is, where is my Pro? I don't know where my Pro is.
Probably at work.
Somewhere. I think it's here.
Jeremy, I don't know why we're talking about so much weed stuff. It's just natural. I don't even, it's not really a thing for me, but whatever. I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, I'm the same. Lots of movies. $9.99 from Scale Crawler Fab Shop. Here's for the giveaways. Gotcha. I'm not even doing it. Oh, here's a great question. What's longer, the UMG or the 6x6? I don't know the answer.
6x6. The 6x6 is longer.
Than mine? Than mine?
What?
Than my long wheelbase UMG.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was asking about the axial 6x6 versus the TRX.
Entertained for 1 second.
Yeah. I am really looking forward to this monthly mayhem, and I am looking forward to the rest of the things we have to do, which of which there are many.
Wow, I can already tell you that I forgot. Honestly, I thought that this truck seemed so large before.
Oh, it's tiny.
It really does
nothing.
It does not compare.
Yeah, not even close.
Like,
not even close.
Whew. It's a lot of truck.
It's a lot of truck.
I feel like
that's like
Wilson from Home Improvement. Heidi ho, neighbor.
Somebody was asking earlier about why my shirt, my Ford Devi or heartbeat of built heartbeat tough shirt is different from everybody else's, because this was my prototype. I made this and then I switched it, so it's the other way around. I made it so anything that's white is black.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Dale C. Sorry I'm late. $5. I have a question. I was waiting all week to ask, but I totally forgot what it was. All right. Well, you get a freebie the next time you go.
No, there's no refunds.
Yeah.
No refunds.
But at
what
least
is the wheelbase of this truck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 18-inch wheelbase on the
17
TRX.
and 3/4.
Oh.
If you'd like to be accurate.
It's more than 17 3/4. I've got it lined up right now.
You're trying to count squares on a mat, or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using a calibrated measuring device.
That can't be accurate then. Where'd you get it? Harbor Freight.
I'll tell you, this is a Craftsman, And
it's more than 17 and oh no, wait, it's 17 3/4, guys. This one is calibrated by Organized Interiors, which is like California Closets.
I don't know what that is either, but I'm dropping frames right now.
Womp, womp, womp. At least I'm not getting all the error dropouts anymore from people. You have to
it's finally
pull
back.
that tab on the end. It's always good to have a tape measure handy. How many tape measures do you have in the room, Jeff?
How far can your tape measure go before it breaks down?
I guess that long. I win.
This isn't a great one. Yes.
Any other things show up in the mail for you this week?
You know, we should talk about the Gladiator leaks.
Oh yeah, we should totally talk about
Axial
Gladiator.
Hey, look at you.
Hey, come up here. It's my dog. Come here. Come here. Jump up. Jump. Jump. Ah, yeah. There you are. Good boy.
The David Olson.
Where'd you go? Oh, the Cheeto.
Yes.
It's a kitty.
It is a kitty.
It's a Cheeto on a cheater truck.
Yeah. The how old is the calibration date? You know what? I'm guessing this one is one that never had one because it is a $7 tape measure.
Oh wow. You really splashed out on that.
Exactly. It's my RC shop box. It's made only for measuring wheelbases. Anyway, the
Gladiator.
The Gladiator.
Are you going to get one?
Obviously. It's a Gladiator.
Yeah, me too.
The body looks really good, really well proportioned.
The bed's too short.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's not, because obviously, I mean, the wheelbase is actually pretty spot on, I think, to the actual real truck when you scale it up 9th scale. But the bed is definitely shorter, because if they made it the actual length that would be the worst performing truck you could buy.
Psh. Well, you could buy, true. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, I've got a UMG over here that would love to beg the difference. Beg the differ. Or beg to differ. I don't know why I said that. So weird. But
yeah,
it does look like it has a longer wheelbase than the SCX3. That was
definitely
touched on several times. It's an RTR. So
it'll have that 2-in-1, right?
It'll have the Spectrum Firma 2-in-1. It's got a rear bed cage, it looks like. Mm-hmm. So same
sort of like Overland style cage.
Same wheels and tires. I couldn't tell. Did you see if there was a driver interior in there still? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think there is still a driver interior.
Well, that's good.
I should hope so anyway. I mean, maybe I should double check that.
Yeah, I don't remember looking. So you both think the leak is real about the new Gladiator, with them not saying anything? Yes.
Yeah, that looked like a real box to me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt that that's a real truck. Just who knows when it's going to come out. I mean, that's...
Right.
Your guess is as good as mine on that.
Which would probably be almost as good as mine, but...
Or is it?
Or is it?
I don't know.
Right.
I'll never tell.
Right. You know.
For fear of persecution.
Right.
Using that NDA that I have.
Right. You know, every once in a while. Like...
When people speculate about things.
Correct.
You're like, yes, it's totally that.
So I'm pretty sure that, well, I guess we can even say that I think Rich confirmed it in his story, didn't he?
Did he?
I think he did. He said...
Did he, though?
Pretty sure. He said after this one, and then he posted that your Pontiac Aztec that he was going to work on for you.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because I kept telling him, you guys are really missing the mark on your Jeep license, and you've got to get a Cherokee out.
Yeah.
And when I say Cherokee, I mean the new one.
Yeah.
I liked my Cherokee. It was a nice driving automobile. Very comfortable.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like...
Feel like a grandpa.
Yeah, or a 16-year-old girl.
No, come on. A 16-year-old girl will get a Renegade, not a Cherokee.
Is there any difference?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a total difference.
Oh, boy.
You can get a lift kit for a Renegade, but you can't for a Cherokee.
Yeah. God.
Daystar makes a lift kit for the Renegade.
It's a leveling kit. It's a 3/4 inch front boost.
No, it's like a full-on real lift kit.
A little CO2 cartridge, put a little more air in the front tires. Psst.
What's his face? Way of Life. Way of Life had one for the
the JK forum owner.
Mm. Yeah. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen many of his videos lately. It's kind of fallen out of my feed. Sort of like Light Bright fell out of my feed there too.
They bought an Ultra 4 car.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they bought a bomber.
Their channel must be doing well.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. They bought a bomber from Sean, who I met at Horizon Fest a couple of years ago. He did. He had that bomber, which it had a orange wrap on it that said HP Tuners on the side. It had been at Horizon, and then they had a Time Attack Mustang, which was pretty rad. Sean actually worked for SVT with Ford, so he helped develop a bunch of stuff on like the GT350 Mustang, and I believe he also worked on the Raptor program. So
cool.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, they're an interesting couple for sure.
I've never really followed them, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, yeah, they've done a lot for the Jeep community. I'll give them that. That's for sure. And the JL too. Like they were one of the first serious taking that thing off road and showing people what it can do. Yeah. They wrecked a lot of stock. Yeah, to show off what it could do.
I guess that's one of the things is I never watched that. Like,
it's not your culture.
Well, like for the off-road type videos, like I like watching the guys that are in buggies and stuff like that more.
Sure.
More than just like somebody wheeling
technical rock crawling.
Someone then wheeling a modified JK or JL. Like,
yeah, I guess it's like for me, it's like, well, I'll never get to there probably in my own truck, so that's kind of cool. Like seeing that.
Right.
Phillips Off-Road. I think the Gladiator is probably just going to be an RTR. I mean, that's the box that was released or leaked anyway. That's what we saw.
And I would imagine they wouldn't do a kit of the Gladiator because it's so close to the JL kit.
Yeah, they'll offer the body probably later on. If
right.
I mean, assuming this is real, which we do think it is, I imagine they would offer the clear body later.
Right. Yeah, totally expect the same. Let's see. I meant like previously Axial. I'm trying to remember how many times did they ever have more than one SCX10 based kit at a time?
Not since the first gen SCX10.
Because they had the SCX10 to Cherokee kit, and then they released
the UMG 10.
And that was the only time they had two. But did they discontinue the Cherokee kit?
Yeah, they discontinued the Cherokee kit before the UMG came out, I think.
I was thinking it was something like that. And not including the raw builder's kit, because that's kind of its own thing.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that's not the...
And then previously they had the Poncho kit and the Dingo kit. But I don't know if... I can't remember if those
they
ever
also
ran
had the
concurrently. The CF100.
Yeah, they did. The CF100 as well.
But that got, I think that was
discontinued,
long
but
before.
you could still get a Honcho or a CF100 at the same time.
Could you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did. There you go. And I still have fresh in the box SCX10 Honcho kit, Cherokee kit, and now the JL kit, which I'm never going to open until I'm very bored.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Deadbolt, that was never a kit. That was always an RTR.
Yeah, no, never a kit.
J and K Noob, what's the longest time span it ever took for me to build an RC kit? I mean, kit's not that long, like probably, I don't know, a couple of days at the most. I think the SCX-10 was the most time spent building a kit, and that's because I filmed every single step.
Right.
Which was painful.
Yeah,
but yes.
that is a very painful thing. Agreed.
I don't highly recommend filming every single step of the build.
I've done it a handful of times, and it's such a tedious thing. It's just,
yeah.
But
yeah, that's so weird. Everyone's saying that my merch is going to the Dutch version of the Teespring page, and you can't order it in the U.S.
The damn dirty Dutch. I don't remember what that was. That Austin Powers? I think it was.
That sounds like it. Yeah. Here, I'll pin a different shirt, and you can tell me if this one works.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I probably had kits that well, for me, I have several kits that I've started and just never finished.
The Capo? Did you start a Capo? Do you have a Capo JK?
And it just, the problem with that one is that nothing freaking fit. Like parts
you gave up on it. Right?
Wouldn't go together. It's just like these two things were just made at completely different times and with no communication between the two. They're like, oh yeah, you put this here and there. I'm like, I don't care which way you put this.
Don't.
These parts are just not correct. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry about that. And then they'd send you'd get a replacement, or they're like, oh, we have a revised patch. They keep calling them patches rather than like, oh, that batch was bad. They would call it a patch. Yeah, it's like, oh, that patch
RC four-wheel drive does the same thing.
They do that.
Every RC four-wheel drive release, they're like, brand new patch of parts coming out. And you're like, what? It's a batch.
Yeah.
You weirdos.
Yeah, I think it's just like a Chinese translation. But then all of a sudden I'd like get...
But that's coming from like the people who work at RC four-wheel drive.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, yeah, it's just... And that one was just the literal most frustrating. It was one of those things that was designed solely on the computer without ever thinking about like, you think we can bolt these parts together once they're done? It's just like...
No. So, you wanted the kit you could build. Oh,
I see. Yeah, right. We didn't really think about that. Maybe the next time we'll work on that next time. I had to build three special tools. How did RC
Sparks get his together then?
Well, they
must have gotten. Yeah, they built his for him.
Or they've had like multiple different versions of it. Those ones had got ordered right at the beginning. I remember I had made a couple of videos at the beginning, and what was that magazine? It's like an online only magazine. It's like XSRC or XRC or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that one. Yeah.
One of those guys had reached out to me and he was just like, "Hey, when you were doing this," I was like, I couldn't get it. Like, it just didn't work. He's like, "Okay, I thought I was losing." And he's like, someone bought one and sent it to us to build. And they had it like professionally painted, like base coat, clear coat, like a vehicle. Wow. And then they're just like, we can't get it together. I'm like, no, I agree. They're like, we're going to get it together, like kind of visually to the outside. They're like, but this thing isn't right. I'm like, no, I agree. It's a total absolute waste. That's why.
Wow.
The capo parts are just. So, yeah.
Brutal. Yeah, it's. I'm going to unpin this because it's like not linking to any proper
Interesting.
Teespring site.
I need
it's
to
like
activate.
YouTube is having serious problems today.
I need to activate kid sizes on mine. I can do that.
Ugh.
Stabby joke. It's like, I only hate two things: intolerance and the Dutch.
No. He also didn't like carnies.
Carnies, small hands.
Small hands
smell like cabbage.
Smell like cabbage.
Two different movies though. That was the first one, and this was the second.
That was the first one. Yeah, that's
Gold,
the second one.
Or third one, whatever Gold Member was.
Did Joe Zuniga said, any chance I saw the new Dakar chassis that was just released on the Scale Store Facebook page? It looks really cool. I have not seen that.
I also have not seen that.
Somebody send me a link and I will check it out.
Yeah, I would be interested to see that.
And Colton said, if I'm bored and I want a good laugh, I should go watch your first video.
Oh my God.
My first video, also equally probably terrible.
Oh man. Yeah, and if you want you want some other laughs, go to my original channel.
Do you still have a different channel?
Oh yeah, my original channel's still up.
Interesting.
There's video. It's Bird Reynolds for anyone looking. There's videos of like me on my Hayabusa doing very illegal speeds on the interstate because I was a punk kid with a Hayabusa.
Bird Reynolds.
It's like a 175 mile an hour pole on the interstate.
Wait, how do you spell bird?
BIRD, I think. Yeah. REYNOLDS.
Yeah, I'm not. Your channel's not there anymore.
Yeah, it is. I'm positive you're wrong. Just type in Bird Reynolds, or type in the Bird Reynolds and then Harley, maybe. Oh, it is quite hard to find still. Oh, maybe do like Futaba 4PK how to. I bet that pops it up. Harley, let's see. I think that, yes.
Yeah,
it will show us Harley designs.
No. 381 subs.
That's pretty good, that all I had?
That's all you got.
There it is, Bird Reynolds, yeah. I guess I did not have that many subs on there. Yeah, I had changed. This was before, well, like your channel you had set up before, obviously, because your YouTube URL is I'm that guy.
Yeah. Or it's 8, I'm that guy 8. Yeah.
Yeah, and mine was youtube.com/Bird Reynolds. And I was just like, this is not very cool. So I was just like, I'm going to get kind of serious about YouTube. And I'm just going to
change that.
I'm going to go ahead and just start a new channel.
Yeah.
But on that, yes, there's videos of me doing. Oh, that's the channel where I burned down the EXO.
Oh.
I'm
going to have to look through this.
There's some
There it is. 29,000 views on that.
There's some big wheel racing. There's maybe some other inappropriate videos from a lot of years ago. Before I was
three-wheeler.
Before I was, yes. Yeah.
Wow, this is old with an E.
Yeah, real old. Oh, the third video on there is my Hayabusa, and it was filmed on a flip phone. That is how old this channel is.
I will say though, I've probably watched your Futaba 3PM MX video on how to program a third channel on this channel. I'm probably 1,000 of those 14,000 views. I was like, how do you do that again? Oh yeah, there's the video.
Yeah, there's a video on there that says nothing to see here, and that's my ridiculous driving way too fast on the interstate. We should never have.
You shouldn't admit to that.
It was 10 years ago, so the statute of limitations have definitely ran out.
Excellent. Okay, good. I'm just gonna fire it up real quick here.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That's a lot of MPHs.
Yeah, right?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Whoa! Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that was back when I used to do dumb things on motorcycles.
Oh my God, man. You're gonna break the needle on this thing.
That was a fun.
That's holy shit.
Yeah.
What does that say there?
That was like
Is that 170?
Yeah, it was like 170, 175, something like that. On a dumb kid stuff. 10 years ago, I was in my early 20s, mid-20s.
That makes me very nervous.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Oh, somebody
time.
was asking if I was drinking ale. No, this is root beer.
Wow.
Uh.
I'm lime bubbly.
Yeah, I felt like having a root beer tonight. Just going nuts. Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight, guys. Giving away van bodies. Getting into the mood for Monthly Mayhem. That's what it is.
I know. That's there's so much good stuff. The one thing I also really like about Monthly Mayhem is that it's so fast. Like,
yeah, it's over before you know
by
it.
the time it's over, it's like you're still excited about the project. You haven't, like, the excitement of it hasn't worn off on you, and just that inner depression of how long a project is taking hasn't set in yet. So you're just free of it, and you're like, oh, either won or lost, and
Yeah. And in fact, I think on this one, no matter what speed I get it to by the end, I'm still going to take it out again and try and make it go faster.
And I had mentioned it to you just slightly before before we had clicked go on the feed, but I think that after this, I think that my plan is I'm just going to convert it back to a usable vehicle, usable 6x6. But I think what I'm going to do is I might try and transfer all the go fastness stuff over to one of my other stock TRX4s. Because I've got 2 stock TRX4 Sports that I don't use. I have them like for baseline stuff, and I don't need 2. So I have 2 identical stock red TRX4 Sports. So I'm just going to convert one of them over to all this stuff, and then maybe I will need a wheelie bar, and
oh yes, you definitely will.
And then we'll get to see how fast,
Yeah, I'm keeping all my parts in this bag so I can toss them back on at the end.
Yeah.
Like, did you already do your conversion to the 39 tooth spur?
Mine is still 100% stock.
Oh, you haven't done anything.
I filmed Monthly Mayhem last night when I got home from work.
See, I'm busy right now, so mine was filmed on like Saturday, I think, or Friday.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just my STI shuts down at 145. My Hayabusa would shut down at 186 when it was stock. That was where the speed limiter was set. But this video was before I got hit. I got hit head on in downtown Kansas City. So then after that, I bought it all back, and then I spent all of the money putting it back into that motorcycle to make it fast. Which
that's so frightening to me.
I know. And yeah, that was
yikes.
So much fun. Miss that bike every day.
I once drove a Ferrari very quickly.
Ooh.
On a track. That was fun.
Are you guys going to make it Proline by the Fire? If Proline by the Fire happens, I will be there. With bells on.
I probably won't be. I'm going to put that out there. When are they saying to do that one? October?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be there.
Yeah.
I think this year is a write-off. I'm just going to say it out loud for myself.
Yeah.
It's probably a write-off.
It's just like, it's so hard to plan. For me, it's easy for me to plan on it, because it's like, if you told me today that Proline by the Fire was going to happen on Saturday, I'd be like, okay, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because I can
Easy
be there.
peasy.
I can be there in 7 hours, and it will cost me
Right.
$80 in fuel, plus
Yeah.
hotels and stuff. But it doesn't change. It's just like,
Me, it's a little bit different. It's
Yeah.
3,000 miles, so
yeah,
it's a little harder to get there on a whim,
right.
especially now.
Yep. So
I'd like
I
it to
know
be different, but you know,
this year in general is very hard to plan on anything. So I just
yeah. Oh well. Hey, at least you're totally in sync today. You know,
Yeah.
in terms of technical changes, everything's good in that regard. You're not dropping out, and everything's nice and up to date, which is good.
right. We did make
EVGA on the win for that one. We did make
Yeah.
a change to our settings, so
they found some settings that might help our Skype communication stuff go a little smoother, and I think that has worked. So
yeah, definitely. So thank you very much, EVGA, for that.
no kidding. Aren't Hayabusa's fast stock out of the box anyway? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It was, and then it got dumber.
Yeah, that shirt is perfect for that. I mean, could you do it, but like better?
Yeah, right. Like, I loved that motorcycle so. I loved the way it looked. Loved the way it sounded. It was so comfortable to ride long distance. It was.
Do they still make that style of motorcycle?
You know what? I think that they stopped but you know what? I don't keep up on motorcycles as much anymore. Honestly, if
Right.
I was going to buy a motorcycle today, well, it'd be one of two things, because I do actually look. For some reason, I think that the Groms are still cool. I don't know if you've ever seen. It's like a 70% motorcycle. It's like they took a real motorcycle and just went like just a little bit. Or what I would really actually like to buy would be a Suzuki DRZ 400 SM, the Supermoto.
Oh, this is a little Honda
Yeah.
motorcycle.
It's just like the little version.
Yeah. Hey, you have an electric bike. Isn't that good enough?
I mean, oh, they do still make the Hayabusa. I was wrong. 15K base for the Hayabusa 2020. That's crazy. They haven't gone up that much. I think I paid like 12 for mine.
Huh. Reggie, that's a great idea for a shirt. I love it. I am definitely doing that. The Dodge Bronco. That's classic. I got to write that one down.
The Bronco? The Jake, who I used to go trail riding with the most back in Kansas City, he was a early Bronco guy, and all of his friends were also early Bronco people. And one of his friends, Steve Sharp, decided, he's like, I'm going to build a new Bronco. So, but he made the frame from scratch, like an actual rail chassis style from scratch, and then he had all of the parts to make a Bronco body, and but it was like there wasn't a single thing on it that was actually Ford Bronco other than the body panels that he had. So he had all the decals made, and they all said Bronco, like, but you couldn't
Right.
you couldn't even see it unless you looked. It just looked. Everyone just thought it said Bronco, but it all said Bronco.
That's amazing. I love it. I'm still not. I talked to my Ford people today, and I said, I'm kind of a big deal on the internet.
Right.
So if
like,
you wanted to,
throw
you could
a
give
Ford Fiesta my way.
Yeah, toss one over here. I'm sure you got like lots. Somebody on the Jeep Facebook page that I belong to posted a photo of 3 Broncos in a row somewhere at one of the trailheads at the Rubicon.
Yes.
And have you saw that photo too?
I did see that photo.
Yeah. To be totally honest, and I mean, I have a Jeep, but those Broncos didn't look all that worse for wear, if I'm honest. They looked fine, except for a few scratches on the skid plate and a few dinged up bumpers, but I wouldn't expect anything less out of a run at the Rubicon.
Yeah.
For a stock vehicle.
Right. And yeah, I mean, that is one,
I think anybody hating on it is like, they're like, without driving it, without actually seeing it do stuff and knowing what aftermarket stuff is going to be supporting that type of vehicle, it's way too early to start denouncing it as not good enough.
Yeah. I think it'll be, I'm sure it will do fine. I mean,
it's going to be a big seller. There's no doubt about it. It's great because it's got a nice healthy amount of nostalgia built into it on a modern platform with IFS. That'll be, brilliant on the highway where you'll see most of them anyway.
Right. That is very true.
Right. And I mean, it'll be a much smoother ride than any JL or JK. That's for damn sure. And that'll help sales too. Because, the biggest complaint that I see of people who are getting into a Jeep for the first time is they're like, why is the ride so horrible? Yeah. Where's my steering gone? I'm so used to my Toyota Camry.
The Jeeps steer great.
They do. They totally steer great. I have no trouble with the steering. Does it wander a little bit?
Oh, okay. Now.
Yes.
About keeping things, then that's a whole different deal.
Well, I mean, that's all.
It just keeps you active. You gotta.
Right. It keeps me engaged in the driving experience.
Right.
It's like driving manual. But yeah, I mean, it's way too early for people to start poo-pooing all over the Bronco. Like, give it a chance, I think. It's going to be good.
Now, what do you think about all of the new bright Bronco body builds that have popped up over the last 4 days?
It'd be super cool if one of them was painted.
I know. Just yellow.
Or had inner fenders. Like, just something. Come on.
David from Crawl Space South.
Yeah.
Like
Dave Capek.
Yellow Broncos everywhere.
Everywhere. It's so great. I laughed out loud when I saw that because it's so true. Not a single body has been painted.
No.
They're all just the molded in yellow.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, people. I know you wanted to be first, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one problem is like, it's just like the problem with so many things. So like power wagons everywhere. It's cool bodies. Well,
yep. It's all just going to happen, right? You're going to see a lot of vans that say free candy on the side.
Exactly. You're going to see a lot of that. Isogen stopped by. He says, dude, what ESC is that? That is.
I can't even play with mine because I've already mounted it in the truck.
That is the VXL 8S that we're using in the Monthly Mayhem.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. Speaking of too much, what?
What? No, Eddie, I'm drinking root beer. What's wrong with you?
It's just the sound of you like. It sounds like you're juggling bowling balls behind the camera right now.
Well, I sort of am. I mean, I'm doing my best to get this body out of the way here. What is going on? Why is something attached to something else? I'm making a terrible noise. I know I am. It's weird. Something is like looped around here. There we go. We're okay now. We're all right. Sorry. It's just this thing is so unwieldy on the bench. That's what it looks like when you install it in the truck.
Yeah.
I was like, where am I going to put this? Because I don't want to, like, it's the motor wires aren't long enough. And I don't want to start messing around with that. So put it right up front here. Yes, these are reversed for now. They won't have to be once the portals are off because then everything spins in the proper direction.
Right. And when you were asking about that, you were talking about like, oh, I need to reverse the motor rotation because this thing spins opposite, with the portals and all. I was just like, maybe he's not going to portal delete this. And I was just like,
For one moment, I wasn't anyway.
Some
of them are already done. The rear axle's done. Look at the difference.
Look at the difference. That is impressive.
It really does bring it down a fair bit.
Wow.
Which is exciting.
That is interesting. I like it. G9000 here was asking a fun question. He says, are either of you messy people in real life? I think that Matt and I, like most things, are on polar opposites of this, most likely. Because I feel like Matt would say, I'm a messy person, but it would mean like his toothbrush was slightly cocked at an angle compared to the way that it's supposed to be on the kitchen counter or on the bathroom sink. And maybe he forgot to put the aftershave bottle back in line with the rest of the things. But I need a full-time staff to follow me around. And like, the only clean area that I have, like not messy or, you know, things like that, is this cone that you see on video. Like if this camera rotates 4 degrees that way or 3 degrees that way, it looks like a disaster area.
I'm generally pretty clean right now. It's getting a bit messy in here because my focus is more on one thing and stuff just kind of gets tossed around out of the way because I really am quite limited for space and I have too many things in here. Yeah. I would love to be able to do like just a Scale Builders Guild garage sale, but you have to come to me.
Right. I would do the same if they had to come to me, but I could take all of this somewhere else first. Because
right.
I don't want people here.
Don't come to my house. Like, let's meet in a parking lot somewhere and you can just go through all the bins and you can just take whatever you want.
Right.
And then I'll go, oh shoot, I wish I didn't sell that thing. I need that. Then I have to buy a new one.
Right.
Jeremy asked why I didn't put the ESC up in the front tray, because I'm putting this tiny little camera up front there, and I need the space for that.
Yeah, this is the Woods Runner build that will be making its way to Ben. I've been redesigning this lately. Well, my whole dash assembly to fit those new LCD displays that I got from Scale Built.
Nice.
And I feel like I'm in a good space for that. And my carbon fiber methods that I've been testing lately, I've been testing small areas, and I'm doing it with just 2 printed molds and then using packaging tape to cover the mold. Some mold release on that, resin and the carbon fiber matting and resin, and then a bunch of weight on top of it,
squishing it all down
rather than the vacuum setup, because I still haven't bought the rest of the vacuum bagging materials, which is there's like a breather layer and a breather cloth and field ply that I haven't got. There's a number of little things that I haven't got. I've got almost everything, but it's like, I'm just like, so I wanted to try this other method, and I think that it's actually going to work pretty well. So I think I'm going to, my hope is at this point, I'm going to 3D print the structure of the dash, but I'm going to lay the carbon fiber in the mold, set the 3D printed part into it, continue to resin, and then have the other half of the mold also hold the 3D print. So it's going to be like a 3D printed carbon infused setup.
Neat.
Very fancy.
That's pretty neat.
Yes.
I presume some of that will translate into mayhem somehow.
That is possibly a thing, because if the tests are working out, and I haven't tried the 3D printing infused in the resin yet, because and I just don't know if if I'm gonna have to get a different plastic or something like that. I don't know how PLA Plus will react with the resin. There's little things like that I need to do tests with.
I think your biggest concern, and I'm in it to win it, but I'm also I want a good challenge out of this, is time.
Time.
You've only got 4 weeks, right? You got 4 weeks start to finish as of this Wednesday coming up. So, you're going to have to kind of motor through some of that stuff. And I feel like some of your things might take a bit of a backseat in order to just get your tests in and get it done.
That is likely the case with a lot of it. So we will definitely see. The one nice thing is that with having the router now, the CNC router, big projects don't take nearly as much time as they did with a 3D printer.
Right. So you're talking about like a flat skid for underneath. You'll be able to.
Oh, Matt just dropped out.
Now you froze.
There, you're back.
You're back.
So a flat skid for underneath, like probably cut time will be 10 minutes, 15 minutes versus, who knows what if I was trying to do, I don't even know, cut by hand and make brackets or things like that. Oh, so much. But
I know I'm at such a disadvantage because I just don't have the tooling. So it'll be kind of, again, a little bit more makeshift, but I'm hoping to at least be competitive.
Yes. And then the other thing is that what you didn't bring up from before is that I do have my lathe back now as well.
Oh, great. So good. That's perfect. CCXRC, a pencil over the ear, under the headphones. You mean business?
Yeah.
Yes, I do, Tony. I totally do.
Yes.
This is all business now.
I do think that this was one of my favorite builds as well. Like someone was saying.
Yeah, I think you've done a really great job with that one. It's a pretty great looking truck.
I think two of my favorite things have been the pressed metal dash and the truck bed ribbed style. Pressed metal floor. Like that's
really cool.
Two of my most favorite things.
Yeah, that's a good looking build. Ben will be happy to have that one. 75 Game Dog asked you specifically, what truck axles are you going to use for the axle portal delete? We're using the Traxxas axle. We're using SSD portal delete parts. They're the only ones who offer something like that for the TRX4 platform.
That is true. It is a pretty narrow use case, not a highly desired modification. I'm thinking that.
But fantastic that he made.
I know. And Matt dropped out again. But yes, that's maybe the under. Oh. We'll see. Skype is trying to reconnect, it appears. It just says that there's a poor connection. Not sure if it's Matt's or mine, but we'll see if he comes back. Oh. I
can't explain that one.
Fully blaming your connection.
No, you can blame my connection because it totally cut out entirely.
What do you know?
So weird. And you're small again too. So it must be the connection.
There was another dual question here. Talking about tires. These are just my favorite tires. I don't know that there's the best tire. They're just my favorite tires for sure. But
yeah, I like that tire too.
There was another question. Here it is. Do both of you guys have LCG rigs? And I think the answer to that for both of us is no. It's like, as far as like when I assume when you mean LCG, like flat rail cheater chassis stuff. So that's
no. Neither of us have those.
Neither of us have.
For a short time, I did have a Toizuki. I built it, and then I sold it, and not for not liking it or anything. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah. So, there's currently neither of us are in that boat. I have pretty strong feelings on not liking flat rail chassis stuff.
Yeah, we know how you feel about
Can
that.
you make shirts with just your logo on it? Yes, I can, and I will do that. I will.
Oh, who would want that? Ugh.
I know. I will make sure it's
probably just so you can burn it.
Line work only. No shading.
Wow, that's specific.
Yes, exactly. Very, very specific. But well,
apparently SSD makes some good strong scale drive shafts that should be able to take this power. I'm going to see how long these ones hold up, because that last one, the most rearward,
the rear
drive, the rear drive shaft, that's going to be a challenge to find a replacement for, because it is short.
Yes, I am prepared to make my own if needed.
Yeah, same.
Or to modify my own if needed.
Yeah. Cut up an incision one if necessary.
Yeah, I will weld, grind, cut as needed. So, yeah, I think drive shafts are my biggest concern. I don't know that this one is going to be terrible because it's only the rear power, and granted, I think a lot of weight will shift back there. But the front rear drive shaft, or the rear, yeah, the front rear.
We could call it the mid rear.
I like the front rear. It has to transmit all of the power for both rear axles, so I think it could see a heavy load. Now, I discussed a little bit in my video about the possibility of ditching the front shaft and going four-wheel drive only.
Which is funny, because that's what I did last time, and I don't think I'm going to do that this time.
Right. I don't know either. I don't know that. Like, I don't know why I feel like it's different than last time in that way. Last time I feel like the drag bolt was so small and squirrely, and we were trying to put so much I don't know why I feel like this one's different, but
well, it is. It is very different.
Very different.
This is a different challenge entirely.
So I'm there's so many things. Like, I feel like the exhaust needs to stay, but
yeah, I'm leaving it. I'm not going to get rid of it. Yeah. I like the way this truck looks.
It does. It looks
They did
great.
A kick-ass job on this body. There's just so much nice detail to it. There's a lot of stuff aero-wise that is just awful. Like this visor.
You guys will be fine with the stock ones. TRX 46 is known for its good. They are, and no one has ever broken one and run comps. I've broken drive shafts in TRX 6s before, or TRX 4s before. Like, they're definitely not strong enough that they're gonna handle everything. Like, they're just not. But if you guys delete the front drive, will it make it kind of unstable and all that power pushing from the? It could. It could make it unstable.
It could. I think more than anything, I don't know. I think you need to have some of that power transferred to the front so you don't explode those rear axles.
It might be the saving grace of the other drive shafts. My thing is that I think I can upgrade the rear drive shafts. Like, I think I can handle that, getting all that. The front drive shaft has got some tight clearances. So
very tight tolerances on that. In fact, mine actually was rubbing.
Now I'm not afraid to just make a little window in their transmission case to open up some room. I'll let the transmission breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Well, we'll see. We'll know a lot more on Wednesday.
We will know
next
a lot.
Week.
I'm really hoping for 45.
That's your first best guess, eh? Okay.
3S only.
On 3S. Well, so you're not changing out the ESC yet?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, is this 3S capable? I don't even know if you can run 3S on this.
Oh, I mean, Well, that's a good question. I mean, I have to imagine that you can, but maybe I wonder if it would just automatically go into a low voltage mode.
It might. It might. I'm looking at the instructions manual right now.
Ben, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that.
Input voltage 4S, 6S, 8S.
Oh, all right.
Crap.
Well, never mind. Good thing we didn't talk about that in the first video.
Shoot. Yeah, I guess we're gonna
4S.
obliterate that 3S. 4S is our minimum.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to go to 6S, and I mean, I could, for all intents and purposes, I've got two 4S batteries. I could do 8S.
I do not think that the motor will handle the RPM. I think it will literally throw the rotor into pieces.
Tony, after ludicrous speed, it's plaid. That's the next.
I had no idea what that reference was, and I had to read it in the comments about Spaceballs or some.
Yeah. Have you never seen Spaceballs? Come on.
It's nerdy Star Wars.
No, it's not. It's comedy Star Wars. Spaceballs is a funny movie.
Oh.
But you wouldn't understand.
Right.
Yeah, no, Dave, I agree. 8S is too much S's. That's too many.
Honestly, I don't think that this motor is rated for anything more than 4S. So
yeah, 6S is pushing it for sure.
Maybe tuning significantly on 4S just to do my best to get as close as possible before the final push last week.
Right, exactly. Like the last week is the only week I would do 6S. I think 4S is going to be plenty of crazy power in this thing. 6S will be nuts.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. But it is going to be excessive.
CCXRC is, he said, never watched Spaceballs, lost a sub. Come on over to this channel, guys, where I watch all the good movies.
Josh, can you go with tiny donuts for the middle tires? You don't have to worry about mid and rear wheels ballooning into each other. I don't think that is going to be a problem because we're both running belted tires. So there shouldn't, and they're slightly smaller. So belted shouldn't expand much and give us more gap anyway. I think we'll be.
Yeah, there's plenty of gap.
Yeah,
mind the gap. In fact, the gap would be.
Did you say mind the gap?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know.
The British subway system.
Right.
Because they do have signs that say mind the gap. Yeah, the gap now is like over 1.5 inches if with these tires. So plenty of gappage.
That's a big difference.
Maybe that's not quite right. Where's my tape measure?
Oh, are we doing this? Were you counting squares again?
Quiet. I'm guesstimating because I haven't done the second axle portal delete yet.
God.
It's about 1 inch. Just under 1 inch.
Okay. Because there's probably about 1/2 inch now.
Yeah. This'll help a lot.
Yeah.
May the Schwartz be with you. The Schwartz. Use the Schwartz.
So, oh my God. Well, we both have other projects we need to finish.
Oh God. What? Stop reminding me. I don't even want to do it tonight.
Yeah.
But guess I have to. To stay in the good graces of the Bang Gang.
Yeah, exactly. We're worried about that. But the
Worried
new
about
release from
Banggood.
Banggood. Yes. We're both trying to get those affiliate dollars out of Banggood.
Buy this junk.
Yeah.
Don't buy this junk. I don't care. Just buy it.
Right. That is one of those interesting things. Those companies, like when you see people who are like really pushing hard the cheap RC cars, it's because those companies give you really good affiliate. Like if someone buys a car, they give you like a 10% cut of that. So people are always like, there's this really sweet WPL, man. You should buy this. And it's really because like if you buy this $50 car, I get $5.
I'm getting $5.
Like
yeah.
And honestly, there's a ton of money in it. So and you can also have fun with those cars, but
totally.
Of the time,
like, I mean, the 8x8 that I got and the Hummer, I think are decent vehicles for sure.
You can have fun.
Do I care if you buy it or not? Absolutely not.
Yes. When you see it all the time, that is why. It is
exactly
straight affiliate pumping. Like,
yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's how this thing works.
Yeah.
Sometimes
231
you do get a lot of views too.
231 Zayd. I'm still waiting for my truck from Banggood. 50 days since ship. Wow.
Whoa.
I ordered 2 vehicles from them recently because I was out of kits to build. So I was like, I bought a 5th scale motorcycle and an F1 car. Both are now supposed to ship August like 17th. And so that's like well over a month since I purchased to when they were supposed to ship, which was supposed to be like 5 days. And then it just
I do way better on AliExpress.
I've never bought anything on there.
Yeah, I've found a couple of things that weren't available anywhere else yet, so I grabbed them from them.
Yeah, I'm not opposed. I just never have.
No, I've had good, reasonable success with it. And if you use the code SBG Ali, you get 10% off your deal. I don't know. I'm just joking. I don't have an affiliate with them.
I've done the affiliate stuff, or still do some of the affiliate stuff. Like Proline offered it to me the other day, but it's like, well, cool. I cover it in the news every week anyway because I think it's cool stuff. Like if you want to do that, fantastic. But most of the time they're like trying to give you these cars and just be like, you should do this. We'll give you this cut.
Check it out. I hear you like Vitera. What's the Vitera car that's been ripped off a million times?
The twin hammers. We know you like twin hammers. So here's another.
Check it out, the quad hammer.
Yeah.
The AL62 4B.
Yeah. WPL.
Reeling.
8675308. It's close to the real thing.
Yeah, very close. While you briefly touched on Proline, I'm sure most people saw the post that they put up today. I shared it in my story because
1978 Chevy Malibu.
I had a 78 Malibu.
You had a 4-door.
Yeah, I did, but I loved it. I loved that car. It was a former cop car because the rear windows didn't roll down, and the only way to get in and out of the back was to have someone open the door from the outside for you.
Oh, I thought they had to punch you before you got back.
No, it was literally an old cop car that had been restored. Man, I love that car so much. It was horrible on gas, but it went like stink. It was great. So I'll be definitely getting that body for my drag car because that is so cool.
Yeah, I really, honestly, the J Concepts ATS that came out looks so good.
I know you. Yeah, that's their first decent looking body in a long time.
Agreed. And then that Malibu. The good news is that I bought myself another DR10. So.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because the DR10 kit came in stock at A-Main. And I was like,
I wonder if I should just do that too. I basically have one.
Well, what had happened is like, I was on there looking, I was like, oh, I need to order drag tires for the TRX6. So I searched drag tires, like adding all of them to the cart, even though they were all on back order. I was like, man, I'm just going to roll the dice and order these. Hopefully they show up. And then it's just like also popped up. It's like DR10 kits in stock. I was like, Okay.
I don't need this, but I do need.
I'm gonna need something for Friday nights. So
So is that what you're building on Friday night? You kind of
Yeah.
alluded to taking something apart.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna take apart a kit. So I'm gonna take apart something.
You've done it before.
I'm going to take apart something that doesn't come as a kit. Speaking of videos, we both have to get done.
Oh, right. Okay.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Question for both of us, and I think this will be the last thing, and then we're going to turn it off because I'm falling asleep, and I'm probably not going to do that video tonight. Without saying the specific company, what was the worst product someone asked you to review that you turned down? Oh, I'll tell you. It was Banggood, and it was a short course truck, I guess. I turned it down. I sent it back.
Man, there's been so many awful things.
This was hot garbage.
Dude, I've had so many of those things. I honestly, I mean, I've been given Banggood cars in the past. And yeah, it was just, let's see, I've been given 2 or 3, and yeah, they were so bad. One was I was told it was one thing, and it showed up and it looked nothing like the photos. Like it was a straight up picture of a Wraith per se, like it wasn't a Wraith. It wasn't the knockoff Wraith, but it was like, it was that style. And I was like, okay. And it showed up and it was like a straight up toy grade MOA with like the little white switch that you rotate on the bottom to adjust trim. And I was just like, what?
I can't use this.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not going to do a video about this. Like, and people are like, I thought with Banggood lets you say what you want about their products. Like, they do because they want like a video. Any video is a good video
content
about garbage.
Yeah, it's content.
Like it's like, hey, like someone's gonna like think maybe that's not garbage because it's $50 and buy it anyway. Like,
right. That's the thing, is that the pricing on that stuff should be your first warning.
And for me, it's just, it's like I usually do videos on these things because I like the cars. For the return that you get for the videos is rarely worth it as far as like if you tried to put an hourly rate to it. And some of those times I just look at it, I'm like, it's not worth my time to do a video. Now, Matt is a noble human and sent it back. And I'm just like, I'm also not going to waste my time with sending this back. So
yeah. And it's an interesting relationship with companies like that because you're never dealing with the same person twice.
No.
So you get these emails and they're like, hey, we saw your channel. We think you would be great to, review our products. This is what our budget is. We'd like to send you this. And I'm like, but no, I've already done videos for you. Like, surely there is a database somewhere.
Like, can't you just search my email? Like,
yeah. Surely
you should just search my email and see that the last 2 cars you sent me, I didn't do a video on because they were both garbage. Like, and I'm just going to keep saying yes to you sending, because like maybe one of them won't be, but you should stop. You should absolutely stop sending these to me. Like,
yeah. I was like, I don't know. Your budget seems very low compared to what you gave me last time. Anyway, whatever. We're willing to send you a $50 car. I was like, please don't. I don't want that.
No, thank you. Thank you. No,
thanks. Yeah. I'm good. Jay, no, I don't do any of my own upholstery or sewing, but my wife did the thingy for this guy here. So no links for you there either, I'm afraid. Can't help you. And with that,
yeah, let's let's
wrap her up
so I can finish my obligations.
Yes.
And then maybe if I finish fast enough, rarely an issue.
Take some portals off.
Yeah, take some portals.
Rarely an issue. Oh, that's great. I love it.
So, that's it.
Love you guys.
What's going on? See you guys. Let's
have a good night.
see you next Wednesday. All the videos. Watch tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. 8 a.m.
Maybe.
Pacific.
Sometime around then.
Later.
Good night.